Listen. Hey, listen.
Hello, 911 emergency. There's a handsome guy in my house.
What is up, Johnny? I see Johnny putting bro. What happened? What did I do? Did I do something wrong? There's something wrong I did. I don't think I did anything wrong. What's up, everyone? How's it going? Why is my thing not working here? My iPad is being stupid right now.
Listen.
So these men have no strength, no nothing. No. Like these are like average men, like men that don't have any power or anything like that. Hold on a second. Like these are men that, like, you know. Yeah, my iPad's just being stupid right now. Strat and Will, like, bro, if it was me in a fight like that, I'll probably get my ass kicked. That's all I'm gonna say right now. But like, all my freaking things are just having issues. What the hell is going on here? A second. Okay, we're good. Like, I don't know, man. It depends. I don't like. The only thing I want to say right now is I don't want to be in the front lines, because if you're in the front lines of that battle, you're probably gonna lose that battle 100%. There's no way you won't pass. All right, give me a second, guys. I just got a new camera, so it's like it's still. What the hell? Why is it so dark? Let me see if I can fix this camera quickly. That's fine. It must be a little dark today. Where is this up? No. 100% cannot win this fight. I would get my ass whooped by that by gorilla. It's a freaking gorilla. How are you gonna say a gorilla's gonna win? I mean, not gonna win. You know. Sent you a Discord photo. Oh shit! I got the badass butt bag. God damn it. Why do Canadians have all the good shit, man? We're never getting good stuff like that. God damn it. Why is my iPad being stupid now? Let me see this works.
Yeah! Alright, pop quiz.
Hey, yo!
Everyone who won got it? Jesus. Yeah, but that's Canada, though. That's the thing.
I'm gonna feed my brain when all you have is your fancy bubbly water. Well, it'll have to do.
Give me a second.
I have arrived.
God, that was loud as hell. Alright.
For fun.
Yeah, I gotta put lights in the back now.
Do you
This
like
camera's...
hot fudge sundaes?
No, I don't like hot fudge Sundays.
I'm touching myself tonight.
Alright, right. Renal, give me a movie on the Blockbuster book. I got all my controllers here, like all these controllers and shit like that. If you guys don't know what we're doing, that's it. He's live also. If you guys don't know what we're doing, we are doing a tier list. If you guys haven't seen tier lists before that I've done before, it's pretty much very simple. We go down a list. It's about 24 controllers. We're gonna go through them, talk about games that I like the bottom, stuff like that. So it's been pretty cool. See all the stuff that we have with it, and kind of have some fun, you know, joke around, whatever it is. But we'll get to it right now. We're not gonna need a movie. Oh my gosh, let me drink some more water. And a tiramisu. Let's hold this one.
All right, look. There's only one return, okay? And
Nausicaa? What the fuck is Nausicaa, bro?
Dragons!
That movie's not. That's not in here. It's not in this book. These are movies, not like anime stuff. It's 1997 also. Like a National Lampoon Vacation. Like if you tell me like if you tell me it's Ernest Goes to Jail, I could find that one. That's a good one. You know, I think, is it in here? Yeah, Ernest Saves Christmas, you know, there's that one. You know, The Never Ending Story. Okay. Because it was probably in The Never Ending Story. What the fuck? Oh, I see that one in here. What the fuck? I put never. Does Never Ending Story come out that time? I did. The Never. Oh, maybe I was looking at it wrong. My bad. Hold on.
I have arrived.
No, it's not. Fucking knew what was up. How's it going? Never. Oh, here's Never Ending Story. My bad. I don't know why I did that. 1984 West German. 4.5 stars. Young boy Oliver reads fantasy tale and magically enters land of fantasy to battle evil forces with a young fighter. Hathaway. Hathaway. Enchanting children film that adults will enjoy, of lively story and marvelous special effects, followed by lesser sequel based on the best-selling novel by Michael End, as Noah Hathaway, Barrett Oliver, Tammy Strong, Moses Gunn, Wolfgang Peterson. It's a family movie, sci-fi, PG, 94 minutes, and it has violence. An hour and a half. That's what movies used to be, bro. Movies used to be an hour and a half, but now they're like fucking like 20 hours. So I don't understand this shit. But we're gonna get into it right now, guys. If you guys don't know how it works, it's very simple. I'll give you the screen. Oh, no, not the screen. Wrong screen. That's my thing. This screen right here. You guys see a tier list right there. It's literally very simple. We have all these controllers right on the bottom. Oh no. So let me talk about the horse scene. I'm gonna talk about the music right now. Let me talk about the horse scene. There was MegaCon Orlando had the actual horse that you were able to like pull, like that, a whole entire section of just a Never Ending Story, and one of the areas was that you actually pull the actual horse, and I'm like, dude, that's fucked up. Like, you just traumatized me to hell. The way I'm gonna do this, and I was thinking about it like for a while. I'm like, should I do it this way? Should I do it that way? Why am I getting an advertisement? I don't want an advertisement. Close the ad. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. I want to do it by order of video game systems, how it came out and stuff like that. I kind of feel like that'll be the best way of doing this. The work off of 16 came there. Oh, sorry about that. The fight stick, we'll add it somewhere in the middle here. You don't have an ad blocker. For some reason this page does not have ad blockers. That's the only thing I hate about this page. And this one doesn't have one, so that's the only thing I hate about Tier Maker. But they do all the tier lists that I like. Well, actually, I made this one. So Sega Saturn came during the time of the N64, before Atari Jaguar. Then we had, I would say, PS1. Oh, so PS1, GameCube, Dreamcast, and Xbox. We'll do it that way. Then we had PS2, Xbox 360, and the Wii. Then PS3, Xbox One didn't really come out that time. Came out more for like the PS4, Xbox Series X. We had the Wii U during this time, and the Switch. So I think that's right. Oh, yeah, it's pretty much right. That's pretty much, bro. Third-party controller getting really good. Third-party I'm telling you right now, that's the way you have to go right now, because all these tariffs going on right now, you have to go with third-party controllers right now. It's not, you can't buy regular controllers right now because they're expensive as shit. So, okay, here we go. So this is the way it's going to work. If you guys have never done a tier list with me, it's very simple. Here they are. There's 24 controllers going from the ColecoVision all the way to the Nintendo Switch. Obviously not Switch 2 because I don't have a Switch 2, but it goes all to those. Let me grab the Switch controller, or at least one. I have a bunch of controllers here with me. Most of them, not all of them. I do have a couple of them. Very simple. We're going to do. If I've played them before, great. If I haven't, I don't know, but we will talk about them, and I'll give you my rating on it. I'll give you some stories of some games I played with those consoles, and kind of like what I felt, was good about them, what I haven't. So I have the 8-bit do. That's amazing. I just bought my friend the GameStar Cyclone, and it's spectacular. Look, this is an aftermarket controller for the Nintendo Switch. I mean, for the Nintendo 64 that I got. Like, screw that. Like, sometimes you don't pay like $80, $90 for a controller. Like, it's better just to buy a cheaper one. So, but here we go. I'm going to do a quick intro. Like, if I'm on YouTube, you guys can still do all your alerts. You guys can do all the fun stuff. But we're going to do a little intro so I can record this, so I can put on the channel and everything like that. So give me one quick second. All right. What's up, everybody? Today we are doing the Apple will have to pay $900 million in terms of 100%, but it's not automatic purple. I didn't have an automatic purple. That's why. So, all right, here we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We are today going over the tier list of all 24 controllers that have ever come out from the ColecoVision all the way to the Nintendo Switch. And of course, we are here to showcase every single one that's out there. My dog is next to me. He's gonna start bothering me. Hold on a second. And Ronaldo just fucked me up with the whole entire fart. Give me a second. Why is this thing up? Can this stop? Can you go back? Go back down. Go back down. Go back down. This is stressing me out. Go back down. I want to go to Universal. How do I close this? This advertisement's annoying. What the fuck? It doesn't want to close. Ah, it's stuck on my page? Oh my god, let me do this again. And it fucked it all up. Whatever, I'll go in order. I know the order of the systems. Close this. Can I close this? There. Just close all these ads and hopefully you stop seeing this. I'm not interested. Close the ad. There. So we should be fine now. All right, cool. All right. There we go. Now you guys can do whatever you want. All right. Let me do this all over again. What is everybody? How's it going? Welcome back to the channel. We are going over the 24 controllers you see here, all the way from the ColecoVision all the way to the Nintendo Switch. It is going to be a fun stream. We're going to be talking about games that we used to play with this and give our ranking from S, A, B, C, and F tier. If I have not played it before, don't worry about it. We'll give it a ranking depending on how it looks and all that stuff. We're going to start from the first controller ever came out all the way to the last one. They're a little scrambled on the bottom, but I remember them by the back of my mind. So here we go. ColecoVision. ColecoVision, I remember South Park. I don't remember playing with a ColecoVision. It had like a little Joy-Con on the top with some buttons on the bottom. I think you played more Pong than anything on that one. I, honest to God, think it was very bulky for what it needed to be when it first came out. I don't think it was worth what it needed. If I had to give it, I'm not going to give it an F tier. I don't think it's an F. Actually, we'll start off with an F for ColecoVision. I don't think that the controller was what was meant to be when it first came out. I mean, that was a little bit too extreme out there. All right, so we'll give that one an F tier. I don't know if you play with ColecoVision, let me know. I've never played with ColecoVision. I mean, some people have. I mean, some people are older than I am, but I've never played with one. So, you know, let me know in the comments if you have. Atari 2600. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, Atari 2600 was probably the best controller. I remember playing Pitfall on it. I remember playing E.T. on it. No, I didn't play E.T. I remember playing Joust. Joust is probably my favorite game ever for the Atari. I think Atari was the right move. Now, that controller did have issues that sometimes it will get stuck and you won't move. There was one that was like a little, like, what was that? Like almost like a little rodent, and you move around and you start shooting stuff like that. But it was the equivalent of having, you know, Pac-Man, all these great games back in the day. I honestly, God, I know you guys are gonna think I'm weird, but I have to give Atari actually an A tier for being such a great controller when it first came out. I think it was right what we needed when it first came out, and I think it's a badass controller. You can't go wrong with it. Nintendo, the NES, I do have one right here for my NES Mini, which is this one right here. It did what it did. We all remember the secret code: up, up, down, down, left, right, BA start. It did its functions. You had the run button, you know, with the B. You had the jumping with the A. You had the shooting and the jumping. It needed to do with what the games it had. You had Mario. You had what was it? You had Mario. You had Contra. You had Double Dragon. You had all these games, and I think it gave just what it just needed to be a good console controller. Now, where would I rank it? Let me see now. I think I'm gonna have to put it probably into like do I give it an A tier? Let's put it into. I'm gonna give it into. I got a B. I think Nintendo did a lot better. Give me 1 second. Okay. A for what? A for the NES? You think A for NES? I think the reason I'm saying not A for NES because they had better controllers, in my opinion. To me, honestly, I think the Super Nintendo is a lot better of a controller. When it came to like games like Super Metroid, games to like Punch Out and other games like that, it is not better than Atari. Atari was good, man. Asteroid on it. Can you remember Asteroid on that one? I liked it. That's just me. You know, that's why I like doing tier lists, because we all disagree to disagree, or agree to agree, or do whatever we want, because you know that's what we do here. Put a little more lighting. There we go. All right. I honestly got the Super Nintendo probably had, for me, with the way it was controlled, it had perfect. The buttons were in the right spot. You held it how you wanted to. You know, you had the right buttons where you wanted it. I was gonna start pressing. There we go. You had the buttons right where you needed it and everything like that. I think, honest to God, for my sake, Super Nintendo, 100%. I'm gonna give it an S tier. I think it was just great. Great controller, great buttons. It wasn't clunky when you had to hold it or anything like that. Like, I literally can hold it perfectly, play my games. No issue with any game that you played. I think it was probably the best controller that was out there. Now we're going to the Sega Genesis. Now, I have the Sega Genesis one here, but this is the 6-button one. The original Sega Genesis did not come out with 6 buttons. It came out with 3 buttons. The Sega Saturn is the one that came out with the 6-button controller. Sega Genesis also, but the Saturn was the one more that had the 6-button. I didn't like the 3-button. I'm a huge Sega Genesis fan. I think Sega Genesis is probably my favorite system of all time. I did not like the 3 buttons. I think it was very weird. Especially like Sonic, you had like almost all the buttons felt the same. Like they were like in a sequence, and it kind of stressed me out, annoyed me a little bit. I'm honestly gonna put this towards possibly like a B tier for me on the Sega Genesis. I remember playing Sonic. I didn't like it. I remember playing Poltergeist. I remember playing so many games with this Splatterhouse, but it just felt like all the buttons were just awkward. You know, you say C. I can go with a C tier on that one. I can go with a C tier on that. That's fine. We'll go with a C tier on that one. We're gonna talk about the TurboGrafx 16 right now. TurboGrafx 16. If you don't remember that system was trying to be like the cool kid in the block and all that stuff. I remember the best game in that system, and I don't know if you guys ever played it. I think it came out for Sega also, was Bonk's Adventure, Bonk's Revenge. There was another one I remember. It was like almost like a Golden Axe, but it wasn't as well. I think it was like Conan the Barbarian. Something similar to that as well. I honestly didn't like the controller. They kind of tried mimicking too much of the Nintendo one. The only thing is that the joypad was so low and the buttons were so low, and it had like a little triggers, like 2 little triggers over the buttons. If you look at it here, there's like little dabs that you go up, and it's like for like speed. So if you want to make it slower when you press the button or quicker, I think it was for certain games. I think it was just clunky. It was messed up. I think a 2-button controller, once you're starting to get to like the 16-bit graphics and 16-bit games, was not what you needed. To me, honestly, TurboGrafx 16 failed as a controller for me. I'm honestly gonna give it an F tier. I liked it. My cousin had it. I used to play with his system, but I just think it was probably not a well-rounded system that needed to be out there. You know what? We'll do the Atari Jaguar. The Atari Jaguar. We talked about TurboGrafx 16. They pretty much tried to mimic the Nintendo. The Atari Jaguar tried mimicking. I don't know what they tried mimicking. You had them trying to mimic, obviously, the Sega Genesis with a 3-button, and then obviously they tried mimicking some weird keypad on the bottom, which made no sense. Like if I'm playing World of Warcraft, maybe that'll be cool, or if I'm playing like a badass game. But the games you had on that system were like Tempest, which is like it was a very like a game that you just go around the screen and you start shooting little things that are coming at you, and it was just not the controller for it. Like I think they were trying to go way above what everybody else wanted. They were trying to make it like the cool style. They were trying to make it the cool kid, and it failed for me. I'm honestly gonna give the Atari Jaguar an F as well. I think it's not the right controller that should have come out at that time. We did talk about the Sega Saturn. Sega Saturn did come out with a 6-button controller. Sega Genesis did come out with a 6-button as well after that as well. Best game to play with this 6-button controller is Eternal Champions. If you have not played it, if you like Mortal Kombat, that was a game that I played with it the most. I actually have the game back there in my shelves. I actually have Eternal Champions on the Sega Genesis. I honestly got things Sega Saturn had the best controller when it came to it, so they are an S tier as well. Games like Strider were a lot easier to play. Any fighting games, so Mortal Kombat, obviously Eternal Champions. You know, they needed those 6 buttons. They needed to keep up with Super Nintendo. It was weird that you had all 6 buttons there, but it felt right. At this time, it felt right because you had each button. So when you're trying to do like a combo move, like a grab or, you know, anything like that, it meant to do it. And you know, Kevlar, you're saying that you like Eternal Champions. Eternal Champions, Sega has actually signed the trademark for Eternal Champions. As you all know, Sega Genesis has announced that they're remaking Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, Shinobi, Jet Set Radio, and Crazy Taxi. They're actually going to be doing also Kid Chameleon, which I also own, and they're also going to be doing Eternal Champions, and there's 2 other games as well. I forgot which ones they were, but they are going to remaster a lot of games, so I'm excited to see what they're going to be doing with that. We go into one controller that honestly like this. What the fuck was this idea? Like, it's not even that. Is that you have the two buttons up here, right? But then you have the buttons over here, which is 4 buttons for the up, down, left, right to like see stuff. Then your A and B button here, you have your D-pad here, then you have this here, right? And then a button back here as well. So I remember playing like what game was it? Any WCW versus NWO Revenge, WWE 2000, WrestleMania 2000, all those games, like you use this and you were the most pissed off person in the world because you're like, all right, cool, I'm doing this, I'm doing a move. Oh, now you have to go here and wiggle this around and then press the back button. And then your finisher, you had to press like 4 buttons and you're like, your fingers are all messed up. I don't understand the logic of this. I remember this was like for the camera, if I'm not mistaken, for some games like the Mario 64. But this was probably I wouldn't say the worst design, but it was one of the worst designs, I think, by Nintendo. This was terrible. I'm not going to give it an F tier. I am going to give it a C tier, but this was the worst thing I ever saw Nintendo ever do in their life. One of the worst things I've ever seen them do. I mean, I don't want to see this controller ever in my life again. So that's how bad it was. Now, the PC flight stick. If you had a PC back in the day, I had a Pentium 90. I thought it was the coolest kid in the world. Pentium was like the bomb. Like I remember E-Machines, Pentium 90 was like, you were like a god. You were playing, fuck bro. I think it was Bloodthorn was one of the games you were playing. But the PC flight stick, you were playing games like TIE Fighter, you were playing games like X-Wing, like the original Star Wars games, and you had that, you know, you were playing Flight Simulator back in the day, the original one, and that thing had 4 suction cups that would stick on your desk, and when you pulled it off, it would probably rip one off. It was break. But it was cool because you had the buttons on the top, like the 2 buttons and the 1 button in the front. So like you're shooting, you're flying the ship, and it made it seem so realistic that you're flying and you're battling, you know, Darth Vader and all these people. Like I actually want to get one again because I do have X-Wing and I have TIE Fighter, the original ones for the PC. I actually want to get one again, plug it to my PC, and actually attempt to play X-Wing or TIE Fighter from the original Star Wars games with that controller and see what happens. It was a lot of fun. It was cool. It made you really feel like you were flying, like any game that you played back in the day. I'm going to give it an A tier. I know I'm weird. Because I'm probably thinking, well, Atari PC flight stick? Like, I know it's weird, but those were fun controllers back in the day. It was like awkward, but they were good. They did their purpose, what they needed to do. So I'm happy with those 2 controllers. We're going to give it that score. Screw it. It is what it is. All right. We'll go. What do I do here? We haven't done a PlayStation 1 yet. We haven't done Xbox or PlayStation yet. PS1. Can you say anything wrong with the PlayStation 1 controller? Like, it had the correct, you know, grip on it. The buttons were good. The top buttons were fine. You had the 2, you know, the start and the select button on it. Was it the best one of them all? I don't think so. PS2 had the little button in the middle. Like I forgot what it was for. I think it was like for like the vibration on it. I kind of feel like PlayStation 1, if I had to rank it. And bro, you have so many iconic games with the PlayStation 1. You had your original Final Fantasy on that. Obviously, you had to plug into the system. You had the memory card on top with the 9 little, you know, squares that you had depending on the memory card you bought. I'm going to give it a B tier. We'll give it a B tier to PlayStation 1. It had very iconic. The games ran fine. I like the controller how it was. So we'll give it a B tier for that one. The original Xbox controller. I'm going to say it right now, Xbox fucked up with that one. And not because of anything bad. The reason why is because if you look at the PlayStation 1, it gave you a reason to grip. So you had a good way of like gripping your fingers around the controller. The Xbox was so bulky, your hands were in the back of the controller most of the time. You had maybe your pinky, around the controller with stuff like that. It was weird. It just didn't feel right. Yeah, you played Halo, you played Brute Force, you played all these great games that came out with it, but like, was it the best? Like, they had like the 2 buttons on the top. Like, we just finished playing, for example, Star Wars Episode 3. We played it. Instead of having the 4 buttons on the top, you had 2 buttons on the top. You had the black and white button over the yellow and the red that you see. There's an actual white and a black button, and that will do secret moves and stuff like that. It was annoying because I'm like, I'm pressing this, but then I have to press up here somehow, and it's just, I don't know. The Duke was known as the bulge owning object. Yep. That, God, I gotta give it, do I give it an F tier or do I give it a C tier? It wasn't bad. It just, I don't, okay. We'll do a C, like you're saying right there. We'll give it a C tier. The Dreamcast. Look, I had a Dreamcast. I loved my Dreamcast. I remember playing NFL 2K on it. I remember playing freaking Sonic Adventure on it, Crazy Taxi on it. It had like a little memory. The memory card was amazing. The memory card was actually like a little system. It was like a little Tamagotchi. So you plugged it in and then you'll pull it out. And I think Sonic Adventure, if you did certain things in the actual like memory card, it will give you like more points or something like that. It was great. Like, it had, obviously the look of it looks like it's kind of bulky, like the Xbox One. But I like the little Joy-Con on the top, the buttons on the bottom. They had the buttons there and the ones on the top. It was fit correctly. The memory card was a good spot as well. I think Dreamcast was trying something new that no other system has done. Obviously, that was the last system that ever came out with, but playing Power Stone, playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2, it felt right on that controller. It felt good. I honestly, I wouldn't give it, God, I give it an S tier. No, I'm not giving it an S tier. I'll give it an A tier. We'll give the Dreamcast an A tier. I think it was the correct controller. I think it was the right one for them to have. We'll give it an S tier. An A tier, and we'll go from there. I think that's correct. That's the right call for a Dreamcast. When it came to the GameCube, it's better. It is better. I feel the GameCube had this design, but instead of this being in the middle, you had it on the side, so you can control this the little tog wheels on the bottom and the top, and you had obviously the up, down, left, right, joypad. I kind of felt it was weird having that one button bigger, the green one bigger than the red one, and then obviously 2 buttons on top. It felt right in your hands, but man, when you're playing like Super Smash Brothers Brawl, or you're playing even the Legend of Zelda, not even the N64 one, like when they remastered it, not remastered, but they came out with it again, or Eternal Darkness, or all these games, or Luigi's Mansion, it was good. But was it an A tier, S tier? I don't think so. Like, I remember I had so many games, Super Mario Sunshine. That's the only reason I want to get I'm a little pissed off that the Nintendo Switch won't just like come out with the GameCube games on it. You have to get the Switch too, because I do like the games that are going to be coming out. I'm praying to God Eternal Champions comes out. If you never played Eternal Champions, it's probably the best horror game ever to come out. On those type of platforming games, on like the GameCube, Dreamcast, PlayStation, time that it came out. It was just so weird. They did so many different things in the game that made you like think to your head and was like really messing with you. So I'm gonna give the GameCube a B tier. I think it's the right spot. It's a B for me. We go into PlayStation 2. Yeah, we'll go into PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, and then we'll go into the Wii. We'll put the Wii U here, and there we go. We're good. Okay, cool. PlayStation 2, did it really? PlayStation 2 is when they announced and they brought out basically the same button, same controller, but they had the two joypads in the middle. It was an upgrade from a PlayStation 1 having those two joypads in the middle. Obviously, for some games that you played. Shit, I played a lot of. I think I still have my PlayStation 2 in my room. The funny thing with it is I had it jailbroken, not jailbroken, but I had it like modded, like soldered on. So I have a little thing that you stick in there, you slide out, and you pull out the tray, and you put the game in, and you close it, and I'll play like a burnt copy game. It was good. Like, man, remember Metal Gear Solid on that one was very good. Like, it was fun to control some of the games that you played. Soul Calibur on it was good. Is it an upgrade? But is it a high enough upgrade to go above it? Above the PlayStation to an A tier? Because remember, we have a PS3, we have the PlayStation 4, which we have a PlayStation 5. I think so. I think, yeah, it's good enough. The 360, they fixed it. They decided, guess what? We like your hands. We want you to start grabbing the controller a little bit better. We think that we fucked up. So they gave you the chance to actually grab the controller. They had the button. They made it now all four buttons on the top. They give you the two dongles as well, but they did it the same way they always do it, which is obviously one on top, one on bottom. It felt correctly for me on an Xbox 360. You think it's the best ever? The 360 is the best system of all Xboxes. I think the 360 is actually the best one. I have a 1S here, not the square one that came out the last one. I have the one before that one. And I just have it sitting here as like a block in my house. I just have it because of Game Pass and some games I have for it. I will give an S, a 360, and actually an S here. I think the system was great. Fuck, what was the game? Obviously Halo, Gears of War. How can we forget about Gears of War? Gears of War is probably one of my favorite games of all time on that system. I loved Gears of War 1, 2, and 3. After that, I didn't really play them anymore because I thought the story was just done when Dom passed away, and you know, Phoenix was pretty much done with the story. Bro, but it just brings you back to like so many things that Xbox. That's when Xbox 360 I think was at its peak. Mass Effect, like they were really at the point of time that was the correct system. Oh yeah, the one it's hard to adjust to. That's the one I have here, which we'll be talking about in a few. So yeah, that's an S here. Do we? Okay. I'm gonna tell you why. I'll tell you why. I already put it there. It says already enough here. I don't like the fact that you're forcing me to do something I don't want to do. I want to play Mario Baseball without having to stand up or hold my hand and swing a bat. All right? That thing, if you don't put the nunchuck thing in your hand, it's flying off your hand and flying somewhere else. I did not like the fact that you had to have a sensor bar on top of your TV, because if not, it wouldn't recognize what you're doing correctly. The sensor bar was the worst thing in the world, because if you had it tells you want on the bottom TV or the top of the TV. If you put it in the wrong spot, you're screwed. So then I'm like trying to figure out how to play this correctly. If you're on your bed or you're trying to play like on a couch or something like that, it just didn't work right for me. If you've ever played No More Heroes, or you've played what's the other one? Tekken? No, not Tekken. It was No More Heroes. If you ever played No More Heroes on that system, I'm going to tell you right now, it is the weirdest thing when you're trying to heal yourself. But it was a whole game. I would have said for innovation, but not great performance. Let's see. I can't give it a C. I can't. Like No More Heroes, like honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now, when you're healing yourself, the guy grabs a sword and he goes like this. Grab a controller and do that. And have someone walk into the room while you're doing that. They're gonna think you're doing something incorrectly. I'm telling you straight up, that is exactly how the Wii looked like when you're playing out for the games. I didn't like playing freaking Zelda on it, Twilight Princess. I didn't like playing any Zelda game on that system. I loved Wind Waker. Wind Waker was probably not Wind Waker. Wind Waker's on the GameCube. That's right. So no, I didn't like any system. I didn't like any game on that shit. Like fuck. No More Heroes is good, but when you're trying to heal yourself with the controller, It's not. Yeah, you jerked your harder than your. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's what happens. It's not right. PlayStation 3 was a good controller. I feel like it didn't do anything upgrade. It did not upgrade itself from what the PS2 was. I think it actually downgraded itself. Many iconic games came out for the PS3, but I feel like it wasn't anything new. It's just like, oh, here's a new system, but guess what? You don't have to put in a cord anymore. Now you can just plug it in, charge it, and you have a controller that's hands-free. To me, that's a huge downgrade. I'm gonna give it a C. It still ran fine. I just didn't think that they did enough to make me feel like happy with the system. It's not. It didn't do what I needed. The Wii U was what probably gave us a Switch. It was a great concept. I think it was a good option that you had with the system, that you're able to play off screen. Like, not really off screen, but yeah, you could, like, but it was like, so you had to control it with the game and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool that you would use it. It was a concept that I think Nintendo did right, and they should have done that with the Wii originally and not just a Wii U. I played some games on it. I didn't play a lot on the Wii U. It is better. You know what? Honestly, like, between all these controllers, if you look at it, like, the Wii U is an upgrade over these controllers here. I'll give it a B tier. I think it is an upgrade over those compared to others. So I'll give it that. Now, I gotta look at this controller. This is my PlayStation 5 controller. I have to look at this one. Hold it. And then imagine the PS4 controller, which I had before. I have a PS4 in my closet. Is the PS4 better or the PS5? It wasn't already Steam back, 100% already Steam back, but I mean, it was good. It was a good system. The Wii was an amazing system. I just, the controller was fucking was ash. Like, what was it, Mario Paintbrush? Oh my god, what was it, Mario Brush, the Imagination one? They came out with a fucking controller that's a freaking nunchuck. Why? I don't want to be going, like, before you know it, they're gonna go Harry Potter here, just connect a wand to it and move your hand around. I'm looking at these right now. Oh, this is messed up my tier list. Okay, I'm looking at these right now. And I like the PS5 better. The PS5, I'm going to tell you right now, if you look at it right now, this is the PS5. I can grip my hands around it. It feels right. It feels good. You can see I can grip my hands perfectly on it. You know, it just feels correctly when I'm playing. The PS4 had the same feel, but I don't think it was better than the PS5. I do think the PS5 is probably the best PlayStation controller that was out there, hands down. So I'm going to put that one up there. I know we didn't go in order there. I'm going to give the PS4 a B tier. I think it's an upgrade over the PS3, and I think it's in the middle of the pack between all these right here. So I'm gonna give that one. A B tier. The Xbox One. Oh, this again. There we go. I'm gonna add all the stuff anyway, so that's fine. Because it's gonna go on the YouTube channel as a video. All right. Where does controllers are? Well, the Xbox One. Same thing, Joy-Cons up and down. I don't like the fact that they rub off a lot, like, real quick. Buttons felt good. I kind of feel like, because the only difference they did was on the Xbox Series X, instead of it being like the buttons like that you see the cross, it had like the square, so you can do like the full motion on the fight sequence. There's a button in the middle here for something else. I don't know what that one is for. I like the controller, but the problem with the controller is, like I said, you have to buy these bumpers That's what if you notice, we go to like GameStop and stuff like that, they sell bumpers for the system for that. They have it in that section for the Xbox One. Here are some bumpers you could buy because you have to replace them all the time. So I kind of feel like it's better than Xbox. I don't think it's better than Dreamcast. I don't think it's an A tier either. I think it's a B tier. For me, it is a B tier console as well. It's a B tier, not B tier console. It's a B tier controller. I mean, I use it for everything. Like every game I play right now, I usually use that one. I play PC games off that controller. So I give it a lot of functionality. Oh, man, should I move it up? No. No. I mean, I use it for everything when I play on my PC. I'm going to give it an A tier. I'll give it an A tier. Xbox Series X, I have not played it. I have seen it. I have touched it at I touched it at Target when they have the games and stuff up there. I'm not that much of a fan for it. I mean, obviously the games that are out right now, I'm using the Xbox One controller. I'm not even using the Xbox Series X when I'm playing these games online. I'll give it a B tier. That's how I get arrested. Oh yeah, 100%. I'll give it a B tier. I'll give that one a B tier. Like I said, I have not played any games. I played games on the Xbox Series. I've played Xbox Series X games, but with my Xbox One controller, either through cloud gaming or through Game Pass that we get. So that I'll just give it a B tier. I think it fits in the right realm. Once we're done here, we're gonna kind of organize everything and kind of see which one is the top one, and we'll kind of fix a little bit. Nintendo Switch. This shit. This mother effer. What I hate about it is when I'm playing Dance Dance Revolution, how do you know that I'm moving my hand up? How do you know I'm doing a dance? How do you know I'm doing any of that stuff? You don't. You're thinking that I'm doing any of that stuff, and I'm not. I'm just moving my hand up and down. I think it's the dumbest shit in the world. I mean, when you're playing Mario Kart, unless you have the actual thing to stick there to drive the cars, which I do have. I have it down there. I have the actual thing that you make for the wheel and stuff like that. I hate the fact that it drifts like crazy. I hate the fact that you have to put something else here to connect it to your hand to play it correctly. I hate the fact that if you want to use it as a controller, there's another piece that you have that you put it together and it makes a controller out of it. For that, I just buy a third-party controller like Ronaldo was saying earlier and use that for the system. This is a piece of garbage. My dog ate it almost. I had to buy another one. One of these cost me $40 freaking. It's ridiculous the price that they charge you for this. I think it's not worth it. It wasn't worth the bite or the bark that it gave you to be using something like this. Honest to God, I'm not going to give it an F tier. I will give it a C tier. I'll give it a C tier. It was revolutionary, better than the Wii, but it's still crap. My boy's controller's back, guys, before I forget, because then my girlfriend's gonna kill me. Because she'll see a mess on my desk. I'm like, why is there a mess on your desk? No, that's all the controllers up. So here's our tier list of controllers. How would I rank these? I'm probably gonna put the 361. The NES 2, Sega Saturn 3, PlayStation 5. I think that's literally top 4 right there. If I had to rank these right now down here, I'm going to give the Dreamcast a better ranking. I'm going to give the PC Flight Stick a better ranking. I think it was great to be using it. The Xbox One here. Actually, no, PlayStation 2 here. Xbox One, and then Atari. That's going to be my ranking over there. For my B tiers, I think NES is fine. I think GameCube moves up. I think Wii U moves up. PlayStation 1, PS4, and Xbox Series S. The C tier, we don't give a crap. They're all C tiers. We'll put this one all the way down here. This one should almost be an F. Shit, no, don't tell us which is worse. Actually, we can move this one. Okay. That's kind of how I see my ranking system right now. Xbox 360 is the best controller I think out there. The Super NES obviously being our second best. Sega Saturn with the 6 buttons for the Sega Genesis was probably the best controller I feel for a lot of games, and obviously the PlayStation 5 as well. Man, Dreamcast, bro, they really messed up on that system. That controller was so good and those games were so good, and that revolutionary of putting the little card in the middle was amazing. They really messed up. I think they dropped the ball on that one. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I don't know. It's people don't know. ColecoVision, you're terrible. Atari Jaguar, TurboGrafx 16, terrible. And Wii U, I mean, you just dropped the ball big time. Like Nintendo, you had a lot of bad controllers back in the day. If you look at it, it's 2 C's and an F tier. Like, they really dropped the ball. Like I only have the SNES as an S tier. Like nothing else after Nintendo. That was actually their best controller I think out there ever. If you guys enjoy this tier list, let me know in the comments below. Of course, as always, if you guys ever want to do one of these tier lists, I'm going to put the link in the description of the video, and I'm also going to be putting it on my Twitch page. You'll be able to see it there as well. I have all the tier lists I've ever done on there. You guys can check it out there and have some fun with it as well. So, all right, we're going to the chat screen. All right, guys, give me 1 second. Let me just save this. Certain control. Controller tier list, save. Okay, they're gonna do a preview, download image, save. Okay, so I'm saying for let it do what it needs to do. No, I mean I like doing this stuff. I'm not gonna stream any games right now. I'm actually going to. And I just finished doing a video right now doing my review for the new Star Wars game that's coming out next year by Respawn and EA Sports or EA. That video I'm going to upload it before it goes out tomorrow. I'm also going to play some Expedition 33 off stream. I've been dying to play it, so I'm going to play some of that. I'm going to relax, guys. I need a good relaxation. We got Quest 64 this Saturday. If you guys didn't know, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's May 1st. I'm trying to like blast myself out. It's Derby Day also on Saturday, so we'll have some fun with Derby Day as well. What the hell? Oh, there we go. Perfect. I download the image. Let me download it there. No, yeah, 100%. I'm just trying to do some me time. I want to kind of also do like a, how do you call it? Kind of like a, how do you call it? I kind of want to like, you know, just vibe out, have some fun, you know, enjoy. It's a lot of stuff, man. I mean, I'm trying to do a lot of stuff for the channel as well. I have another channel as well, Troll Travels. Don't even go to the channel yet. I still got to do a bunch of stuff on it. I think it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of cool stuff we have coming up. I think. What else do we have? I don't know. That's pretty much it. I mean, I'm trying to do some more more exclamation point redeems that you guys can use, stuff like that. So it's gonna be a lot of cool stuff that we got coming out. So get ready for that. I shall see you guys on the next stream on Saturday. We're gonna be playing, like I said, Quest 64 for the N64. I'm also going to be fixing this camera because I got to make it a little bit lighter. This is a brand new camera I just got. It's a cheap camera. It's like $30. It's good. It has good quality. I just got to get it to get a little bit more lighting in the back. If not, I'm gonna have to buy those strip lights and just put some lights in the back during my stream. So, but peace out, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out Saturday. I'll try to be there. But go have fun at the convention, man. What I want to know is the next time when I stream on Tuesday, when I come back streaming, and we're playing Dick Tracy for Sega Genesis, we're doing next Tuesday, just to let you guys know. I want to know everything about the convention. I want to know what you guys got, what you went to, and all that stuff. We do have a convention coming up in Florida. We're going to Florida SuperCon in July. I'm getting my camera set up. I'm getting my microphone, all that stuff. We're doing a lot of interviews, and we're talking to cosplayers, a bunch of stuff like that. So we're gonna have a lot of fun. It's really cool. I'm trying to get a lot of videos and stuff like that out. So you'll be seeing me going to conventions, doing a lot of stuff. Hopefully by next year I can do a panel about retro gaming and stuff like that. So we'll see how that works. But love you guys. Thank you so much, Kevlar, Renato, Noob, Johnny, everyone who is here, everyone in the background lurking as well. This video will drop on the YouTube channel next week on Monday for Cinco de Mayo. I was gonna edit it, add some cool stuff to it, and we'll go from there. So peace out, have a good one. I'll see you guys on the next stream.